So my advice is to go back to the schematic and make sure it's exactly what you want. Because once you lay it out, it's going to be hard to go back and make changes to the schematic. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do before I lay out is to make sure that the PCB and the schematic are synchronized. Okay. Now there haven't been any changes, so they were already synchronized. The third thing I'm going to do before I lay out is to run a design rule check on the PCB. Now I'm going to get a lot of errors because I haven't connected anything up yet, but it will allow me to see if things are incorrect. And you can see here I have 2 silk screens that are overlapped. I don't care, okay? And I got 68 unconnected items, which is what I do have to fix. And one of the things you're going to learn as you get more experienced is to what errors you can ignore and which ones you must fix. So if you're ever unsure, go ahead and ask a TA or myself. All right, so now let's go. Okay. Before I start laying down traces, I can set my snap here on this window. And because I have mostly 0.1 inch parts, I'm going to use either a 1/4 or smaller to be able to hit and make it pretty. To make a track, I can click this icon, click where I want to start, and you can see it's going to help me by showing me where all the parts are. So I'm going to go a click, I'm going to click, and I'm going to go down. I just connected 2 devices. Okay, I want to connect this ground to that ground. Okay, click, click, click. Connect this ground to that ground. And now it actually won't let you tie the wrong pins together. But nevertheless, we're going to be careful. All right. This guy's going down. You see that? And so I'm going to use the bottom trace. Okay. And so it turns out that the page down, okay, page down is going to allow me to switch the part number. You see now I'm in blue, and I'm going to go down with a blue trace. Okay? All right, that was a little bit of ground. Let's do some more ground. There's a ground somewhere over here. There it is. And if you look at it, it's mostly, it's a little bit up and then it's over. So we're going to do this. We're going to go up, okay? We're going to go up between these 2, okay? So I'm going to click here. I'm going to go between. Now you can see this guy is probably too big to go between. Nope, we're good. Okay, up. Okay, and then now I'm going to go over. But to go over, what I'm going to do is click, type a V for via, and then I'm going to click and type page down, page up to change the color. And now I'm going to go over. There we go. All right. So do a few traces. And let's see, we can do a design rule check to make sure I didn't make traces too small. So I run the design rule check and ta-da. So I'm very happy. Okay, so a little bit more. All right, went down from 68 down to, okay, again, I'm doing all the grounds. So here's a ground. It's mostly up. You see that? Mostly up. So I'm going to do a page up to go blue. No, page down to go blue. There we go. And I'm going to click this. And now I'm going to use my shortcut, which is an X. And I'm going to make this guy more or less go up. Okay. There we go. This one is more or less an up too. So I'm going to go click, over, up. Okay. There's another one there. Click. Again, it's more or less an up as well. Up. So if the more I can make up blue and over, up blue and over red, the easier it will be to lay it out. So there's another ground over here, but it's mostly vertical. So I'm going to click here. All right, click here. Change it to red. That was a page up. And now I'm going to go over here. Click, click, click. All right. All right. So we got more ground done. Do we need any grounds over here? Yep, there's a ground right there. You see it? So it's again mostly there's a little bit of down, although if I pick it up there, I'm okay. All right. So I'm going to do red. You see I'm on copper. So you can do it this way, but that's the hard way. I want to trace. I can see I'm already selecting the layer. So I start where I want to start, and then it's going to help me by telling me how to get there. All right, click. Okay. And this one is mostly up, so I'm going to go blue. So you start to trace, page up. Yeah. Okay. All right. And I did a page down to get it blue. I can zoom in with my roll bar, and then I want to, again, I want them to go to where I want. And the rule here basically is if I can put down traces that don't cover up an air wire, I'm happy. Okay. Let's see, what other grounds do we got? I don't know, maybe not. That's it for all the grounds. Oh no, there's a ground here on the speaker. All right, so now one of the rules about grounds is not to go in a circle, okay? No circles. A ground loop is a circle through which electromagnetic fields may induce voltages. Okay, so no, again, this is going to be a sideways one, and I'm going to go straight across. There we go. Okay, so I want to go page up. I'm going to go copper, click, okay. Alrighty, don't know about too far. If you like it where it is, you click it, and then that will cause it to anchor to that spot. All right. Here's the deal. Do I think I got all the grounds? Okay. And again, you can't save it too often, and you can't run the design rule checker too often. Because every time you save it, it actually creates a copy that you can revert back to, okay? And you want to make sure you're not introducing something awful that'll be harder to undo. All right, so that was ground. Next, we're going to do power, 3.3. So I find my power here. You see it? There's one. And here's one up here. And so if I click on this one pin in X mode, right, and in mode where it'll tell me where it has to go. You see where my traces are for that trace. And so I'm going to go down, but you see I got to cross the blue fence, but I'll show you how to do that with a via. Okay, it's mostly down, so we'll go page down, click, go over here. Again, I'm using the big 20 milliinch trace, and now I got to get these two wires to go across each other, and that is the idea of a via. I'm going to click, yeah, I'm going to click, yep, via for V. I'm going to click it, via. I'm going to do a page up, okay. And then you see, oops, click. I made a mess. Now I'm in page up mode. All right. You see I left a dangling doodah, and I'll fix that in a second. Okay. And this is mostly down, so I'm going to click via page down, click, and hit the power like that. All right. And you can see I left a little mess here. And so I'm going to go to my selector, pick this thing that was a mess, and delete it. All right, there we go. Okay. Again, we got to use vias to let one trace go across the other. All right. This guy is more or less horizontal, but you see all these pins here, so I don't want to go too close to it. So I'm going to go up and around. You see all this wire, air wires that I got to fix. And so this 3.3, I'm going to go up and around over here where there are fewer air wires. All right. So I'm going to go first up. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to go across. So I'm going to make it page up. Okay. I'm going to click here, X, go up. Yeah, there we go. There's not too many. This is mostly across. And now I want to get these guys to match. And so I'm going to put a via right there. Click, via. Okay. And now they're matched. And it's already there. All right. Let's see some more. There's a 3.3. It's mostly down. So I'm going to click here. Page down. Come over here, make it prettier. Click. Let's go like that. Click down. There we go. This is mostly across, so I'm going to click page up. Okay. Page up. There we go. So I think I'm done with power and ground. Okay. Let's do a design rule check. Run. There we go. Now in here, I could look to see if I have any power or ground pads missing. Okay. But basically, I'm going to lay out traces until this list of 52 errors goes to 0. All right. That's power and ground, which is where you start. Okay.